Live from New York. It's a show that's counting down to the World Series.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And
Can't
thinking
wait.
about their walk-up songs, check out our social media page.
Great job by Gianna today.
Maybe.
That was a great.
We think we're going to have some copyright infringement.
No, it'll be fine. It'll be
It's going to be
great.
a social media post that costs us $80,000. But check it out.
Knicks is a real joyous song.
I
It
love
is.
yours.
It would
Thank
make
you.
you laugh if you saw
Yeah,
a
I
player
mean, it would
come
be
out with
outrageous,
that.
I love it.
but
Mine's tough.
yeah.
What is? I don't know.
Tell them yours, and then they can look
Wild
at.
Out by the Locks.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's great.
And
It's
save me and Brou. You got to go to our TikTok, right,
Yeah,
Gianna?
go to
you got to
the
go to our
TikTok.
TikTok to find it.
Yep, that's fantastic. Oh, I mixed
Nick likes
Sora
to
with me
dance.
coming up.
That's a hint.
A Sora?
Boom. Yeah. A stunning game from Wembanyama is what we're starting with. 40 points, 15 rebounds, 3 blocks, and 2 dozen I can't believe what I'm watching comments from me on my couch. Spurs win easily. Okay, Brou, this would have been an insane question if we asked it 24 hours ago. Today, it feels like the question, is Wemby already the best player in the world?
The reporter in me, and I covered the league for almost 30 years, wants to rightly be like, it's one game. I know he's played, a year and a half or whatever it was.
But not
it's
even a year and a half
right,
because he
got hurt. One game, he obviously was phenomenal, but what's he gonna be like in the playoffs? And then you would think, oh, he'll be great. I never would have thought James Harden wouldn't have been great in the playoffs. I would have never thought Tracy McGrady would never win a playoff series. Now, McGrady was great individually, but never won a playoff series, even with Yao Ming. So you obviously accomplishments are kind of a part of this.
Sure.
So let's see what he does on the biggest stage, playoffs, finals, things like that. But in a vacuum, just kind of removing the accomplishments, and I'm serious, yes.
Wow.
I think I've said Jokic.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Here's the thing, and Jokic is obviously a better passer, a better playmaker, smart, maybe the smartest guy in the league, him, LeBron, whatever. So he's got that over Wemby. Wemby is the best defensive player in the league by a mile.
By a lot.
Like last night, the Mavericks, who are known as a tough inside team with Davis and a few other guys, they had 26 points in the paint. Last year, in 1,230 NBA games, only 28 of those games did a team have 26 or fewer points in the paint. That's 2%. That was Wemby. That was like, if you come in, he's rejecting it, and now he's, I don't want to say scaring you, but he's deterring guys from going up at the rim or in the
want that
paint.
stat, by the way. And maybe I'm not on the right NBA threads to see it. But I don't really care about his block shots as much as shots that would have been taken against if any other human being alive was standing there.
He also only played 30 minutes.
Right. It feels like he's just dissuades so many attempts.
So
go ahead.
I don't know, is Jokic, who actually has good numbers defensively as far as the analytics, is he 40% of the defensive player that Wemby is? Whatever. Yeah. So Wemby is obviously more athletic. Bring me Giannis. Wemby's a better defender at this point, obviously a better handle, and can shoot. So you can actually go to Wemby at the end of a game and get a shot. You can't do that with Giannis unless you're just going to post him and turn around and shoot or whatever. Jokic, I hesitate to say it, but I'm just saying in a vacuum, like he can do everything. He is the first, I believe, 7+ footer with moves. Like, he's got moves. Kevin Durant is obviously great. Let's say he's a 7-footer. He's a great jump shooter, has handle, can go off the dribble. Wemby is making moves. He's spinning. Yeah. He's up and under. He's like, it looks like, you see, we had Olajuwon on yesterday. Wemby worked with him. You can kind of see what Wemby learned from, look at this. That's like a dude 6 feet tall doing that.
That was insane. I don't understand it. I didn't understand what I was saying. And he cut the threes out.
Which was, and he's still a decent three-point shooter, but he took two.
He took two. One of them we just showed. Exactly right. So, and again, all of this is caveated by it's literally one game.
Yes.
But here is, you and I, our minds were in a similar place. he reminded everyone he's the best defender in the league by a mile. Mm-hmm. So if you are demonstrably the best defender in the league, how good do you have to be offensively to be the best player? Like if you are, not just because we had Dream on yesterday, right? But that year and a half, Jordan was gone. In my opinion, Dream was the best player in basketball.
Pretty much everybody's opinion. Yeah.
Nobody thought he was the best offensive player in the sport any of those years. But he was like 6th best or 5th best, something like that, offensive player, and clearly the best defensive player. If Wemby averages 25 a game with that level of defense, does that make him the best player in the league? And here is the other reason I don't think we're overreacting.
So are you saying yes too?
I don't think I have the ability to say those words because I'm so against the idea that you can become the best player alive with no accomplishments. Yeah. And so it's hard for me. It goes against what, like you said as a journalist, just for me, the way I've always done it. And that is a title that is earned in the postseason.
That's all true.
And so, but here's the other jarring piece of it. If you were to say to me before yesterday, hey, random team X is playing the Spurs, and they can add any one player from across the league to their roster with the sole goal of being slow down Wemby.
Yes.
My number one pick for that would have been Anthony Davis. They're about to play I forget who they play next, and then it's the Nets, and then it's the Raptors. Their next game, it's a team, I can't remember. I looked at it this morning. Hey, the Pelicans. It's Pelicans, who's basically start everyone sick, except for Missy is 6'8" or shorter. Then it's the Nets, who are an expansion team. And then it's the Raptors, I believe. If he did this to Anthony Davis, then what does he do to a team that their weakness is big man defense?
Yeah, there are several teams like that.
And the Mavs, it's their strength. Again, is there someone other than AD that is better equipped in theory to slow him down?
Giannis.
Maybe.
I'm not saying Giannis because I would say Giannis would be my pick, but AD
would be certainly one of the first people you mentioned.
40 points in 29 and a half minutes against Anthony Davis, arguably the best big man defender in the league.
Correct.
And Derek Lively is a young up-and-coming great defender.
Who looks small.
Yes, he abused them. With all due respect to AD, he abused them. Every which way. In the post, I'm going by you, I'm shaking you up, I'm shooting over you. I mean, this was bizarre.
It was a revelation.
Can I give you an out? Because you want to say it too. I know you.
And I hear you. Look, if Wemby gets to the playoffs year after year and fizzles,
sure,
then you can't be the best player in the world struggling in the playoffs. But in a vacuum,
I get that it was one game, so I'll open up the vacuum just a little bit. Since he was hurt, and we're like, part of us was thinking, like, is this a career jeopardizing?
Yeah, because it wasn't an injury as much as it was an ailment.
Condition.
Blood clot.
Yeah.
It felt like, and maybe it's not connected, he attacked the offseason with, I'm going to be stronger.
Yes.
And he showed that he was stronger. I'm going to be, let's say, smarter or more mature, and he went to hang out in a monastery for weeks, and not as a PR thing or, hey, we're doing an Instagram thing, sorry, Gianna. Like, this was just like a private, I'm going to become a monk and get focused. And then we talked to Akeem yesterday, he was hanging out with Akeem. He had sort of new moves. So to me, this felt like the latest chapter in something that I had read the book, and I was waiting for it, and he came out and delivered. And when we did the predictions yesterday, I actually was a little surprised.
How low our points were?
A little bit. But maybe that's the AD
I
Mavericks
did not
factor.
think that he was going to have this fine-tuned of an offensive game. And people, if they're watching this, like, oh, you didn't see this coming, you didn't watch him last year. Man, I watched him. He was the best defender in the league with a pretty bad shot diet.
He let defenses off the hook
all the time. And now he is stronger. And this is, and I know this is where you eventually also want to go with it, Brou. The other piece of it is this. If he is going to be one of the legends, then they can contend this year.
Yes.
So I just want to, the best, I know you don't like when we go super historic.
No.
So I'm not including Kareem, Russell, or Wilt. The 3 best big men of the last 30 years, Shaq, Duncan, and Dream. Their age 22 season. Wemby turns 22 January 4th. They all were top 4 MVP. They all were first or second team at All-NBA. And they all went to the finals.
Well, in fairness, though,
Dream had a better team
Dream
around
had Ralph Sampson healthy. Shaq had Penny and Duncan had David Robinson.
No, and so, correct.
But,
it's not like he needs to do this to prove it. My point is, those are 3 of the, at worst, 12 greatest players ever.
It's doable.
And they, even if we remove the finals part of it, the MVP finish and the All-NBA, that's where that should be the company with which he's keeping.
Well, I'll say this then. And first of all, to your point, Wemby said after the game, he did say, like, what he went through, kind of, he's not taking anything for granted. Like, so that's kind of that dog. I thought he had the dog in him anyway, but you saw some of that last night and I guess in the offseason. Their ceiling, I'm not saying I'm picking them to reach the finals. That's their ceiling, though. Like, they could have beaten Dallas by 50. Wemby was plus 31 in 29 minutes. Like, when he was on the court, it wasn't a game. It wasn't close. And that Dallas team, nobody's picking them to win the West, but it's a pretty talented team, a pretty good team. They're big. They're supposed to have a bunch of great defenders, and he just went right through them. Stephon Castle, to your point, definitely looks like he's got all-star potential. Mm-hmm. Right? And then they don't have great shooting. Harrison Barnes can shoot. They need Julian Champagnie. They need him to hit J's, hit threes. But those guys are athletic. They can defend. They can all get to the hole. The plethora of point guards they have. They didn't even have De'Aaron Fox.
Right.
If those guys play their role and understand he's the guy, he makes everything easier for us, and he's not ball dominant. Mm-mm. That's the thing too. Many of our greatest players now have been ball dominant. He is not. So you will get yours. They can win the West. Well, again, I'm not predicting. They can win the West. You can't say they're young. They're older than OKC.
Well, let me add one other piece to it. They also signed Fox not knowing they're going to get the 2nd pick of the draft, which means they also have, if he doesn't have to keep up 40 points a game, but if at the 25 game mark, the general consensus is he is at, a top 3 player in the league, or general consensus he's the best player in the league, they still have all the ammo to make a move.
Yes.
Like to be like, oh, we can add our version of Ralph Sampson or
a shooter.
You can get there.
Oh, the Giannis? If they were to add,
it's the LeBron stuff. It's the Giannis stuff. It's like,
Giannis would be. I can't even fathom.
Yeah,
Giannis,
it would feel. They
would hold teams
right
to 35 points.
And so my point is, they just have the ammo.
Yeah,
and they have the ammo, and they have an extra point guard because they didn't.
Do you agree as they are? And I'm not predicting them to win the West. I'm just saying they're in the mix now.
If you
they could win the West, I would not be surprised.
It's the same argument that I made 3 years ago for Dallas. If you have a clear-cut, unequivocal top 3 player in the league, you can make the finals any year.
Yep.
That's just how. That is the thing about the NBA that is over the course of 75 years true. If you have in their prime or even pre-prime, as long as it's not over one of the guys who some people would say is the best player alive, like the Bucks with Giannis, the Mavs or now Lakers with Luka, Joker, you're in the mix. Mm-hmm. And if Wemby is already that guy, you're in the mix.
Sets franchise record for points previously held by anyone?
Hold on. For which franchise record?
Spurs.
No. buddy?
For his season debut.
Season debut.
Oh, okay, for season debut.
George Gervin.
Correct, 1977.
Well done.
Franchise record for points?
Franchise record for points for the Spurs, definitely 10
It's got to
million.
be Gervin.
I think it's David Robinson when he
In a
won it.
game?
Oh,
yeah, you're
I
right.
thought you were talking about
Like that.
career. For career, it's Duncan. For game, it's Robinson.
Shit,
71.
I can't do trivia anymore. you
Yeah.
guys.
Well, Gervin hits.
Okay, here we go. If you're looking to play ping pong, toss a few bags of cornhole, maybe get in a quick session of Super Smash Bros. Well, don't go to the Ravens locker room. All that stuff is gone. Luckily, this guy's back. Lamar practiced again today, Brou. Kind of messed up. Brou, do you like to hear this? The pinball machine got. We didn't even get reported about the
Pinball machine. Yeah.
Well, look, you remember when my rant a couple days ago, at the end, Nick, I said, I love the move by Harbaugh. Like, I thought, he knows I can't go in there yelling and screaming. Let me, but he did it this way. Let me get rid of the toys and they'll know I mean business. If I go in there yelling and screaming, I'm out of my personality, then I go receive it. Right. And so I thought it was ingenious to know, though, now that he had nothing to do with it, that the players didn't even consult him. So where's the respect? Where's the leadership? I mean, they just did it like regardless of him. Yeah. So I don't like that at all.
Oh, you don't?
I am head over heels in love with it. Are you kidding me? We are so back. I mean, the players did it. Greg sat on here talking about the players gonna be upset. The players ain't gonna like this. The players did it. This is even better than I thought. The veterans. They said this is not Ravens football. We are not here to play Miss Pac-Man and Uno and ping pong. We are here to win football games. I love this. It is on. It is so on.
I gotta tell you, KW, I don't know if
setup
we
didn't
can
Y'all
make
laughing.
any
Our brother is serious.
Hold on. Here's the thing about the setup. I have to tell you, I don't know if we can put on the internet my solo cam. The moment Brou started, I saw where that train was going.
I didn't see it.
And I couldn't stop smiling so much. I had to look down because I want to distract Brou. And you,
I
on
didn't
the
wanna
other
laugh
hand,
when he
were
was- I
already.
tried to-
He's like, it's disrespectful to Harbaugh to take a
I
pinball
got you
machine
again.
out.
I got you again.
You get him every time.
Nick just assumes I'm going
yeah,
there.
I know you too well, Brou.
gosh.
With that said, while that was a brilliant performance as always by Brou, I totally disagree with you.
Oh, no.
What?
Not
you
that
agree with my beginning
no,
take.
but no. What I think is this. I think the Ravens are a mess. That's what I think, and I think that it is. In 10 weeks,
Yeah.
if the Ravens are 6-9 and the season is over, and we're doing an autopsy of what went wrong, we are going to have a laundry list of reasons we all should have been like, oh yeah, obviously, that team is all messed up. And one of them is this saga about the toys in the locker room that to the point that, to Wilds' point, that I know Brou has kind of glossed over.
Yeah.
Right after this brilliant move by team leadership, they played their single worst game of the year.
It's just a weathering period.
But they tell the whole story.
And then the next
without their best player.
Correct, of course. But that Lamar doesn't. Maybe he could help him. He doesn't play in the secondary. They allowed 44 to 3?
44, yeah.
44 to 3 to
Or
attack.
44.
Was it? Okay, no, it was 3 the next week. Whatever it was, I don't remember. But to a Texans team that can't score on anyone.
Yeah.
And then the next week, their offense scored 3 points.
Tell the next week everybody's All-American
They beat 'em
and that
soundly.
high power. That's fine, but they only scored 17 points.
Brou, I had Josh break out the graphic that we've mentioned a few times, so Josh had to go back into his files and dust it off. This is what we're hoping happens. that you always
That's
talk
from
about.
last week.
Now, the flaw in this, obviously, is we don't have a clever tagline on whatever happened in Week 10. But we forgot about this storyline. Do you remember they brought in...
If you're going to try to steal one of my catchphrases...
No, I'm not. I don't have it. I don't have it. Remember they brought in Dean Pease, and that was one of the things to like, all right, let's augment the defense. He's not there. I don't know if he's not available or whatever. But that was kind of like, let's bring in Dean Pease, and they'll shift a little bit. So it was kind of like, two heads are better than one on the defense. But if it's just still Zach Orr, I don't know what's going to shift. Maybe they'll just
Can I ask?
I am banking, and I get it. I'm banking on I'm not saying they're going to be this great defense, but I'm banking on what they did against the Rams. Because that was, I get taking the other 5 games ahead of that one. But that I fully, you guys know this, I fully expected the Rams to put like 35 on them at least.
So can I ask you a question then in that regard before we move on? What will your confidence level be if, with Lamar back, they beat Chicago 38-35? And Caleb looks awesome.
That's a good question.
If they get a win and it's like the Ravens offense back, but the defense is what it has been every week except for the Rams game.
I will have confidence they can still make the playoffs, okay? But I would hold out hope that we're going to see what we saw last year where the defense does improve.
But it would be disconcerting to you.
Yeah, because, that team would not be able to win a Super Bowl if your I don't care how great Lamar is, if your defense is giving up those type of points, yeah. So the defense needs to look good.
So you need, right. So for you to feel good, and I'm not trying to box you in, I'm really just asking. For you to feel good about Baltimore next week, it's Lamar's back, and the defense looks good in a win. Yeah, even because you're not going to worry if the
win will bring joy to my heart.
Yes, but to feel...
And I will feel like, okay, they can still win that division.
Yes.
But remember, they are supposed to compete for the Super Bowl.
But you would feel way better about a 10-7 win where Lamar looks awful because he's rusty than you would a 38-35 win where Lamar looks great. That's what I thought, and I actually think that's smart. I agree.
Take a 100-99 win. Just take. At this point, you need W's.
Take it, but
you need W's badly.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get more from the show and to check out clips from other shows on FS1.